Should I move to open the meeting at roughly 5:02?
Second? All in favor? 2 for 2.
Move to re-elect Sarah as board chair. You going to recuse yourself
I-
from seconding it? We don't have much choice, do we?
I will second it since you made the motion.
Okay.
And
Um,
happy to reconvene when we figured out our third member.
I withdraw my motion.
Okay, great. Let's just wait for that.
We'll just keep going.
Yeah, for now.
You're not stepping down.
No,
And,
Status
and that's the most important thing to
status
me.
quo. We'll just continue to do
Status
what we're
quo.
doing.
Status quo. Sounds good.
And then we'll move into Jan.
Oh, do you want me to come closer?
If you would like, it feels like you're very far away.
If you want to keep your distance, that's understandable.
Do you want to bring a chair, do you want me to move a chair over?
No, no, no.
You sure?
2 minutes. I mean,
Okay,
And you already knows about this, but
okay.
I just wanted to let you folks know, so on April 19th,
Yeah.
we had a big cleanup down the Merrimack River Trail.
Mhm.
And how much metal did you pick up? Like how
Oh my
many?
Well, I mixed it in with a bunch of stuff that I had, and the total was over 200 pounds.
Wow.
And that wasn't, there were other pieces other big pieces that other people took because they were doing some art things
Oh,
with
that's
it,
right, right.
which I think is a much better use of it
Yeah,
rather
but
than
e-
just,
But even so, that's a lot.
but I went off with about 200 pounds.
Okay.
And that didn't include, that was just the big pieces of metal. It wasn't the little pieces of metal, it wasn't the bags of trash.
Yeah, there was 17 bags of trash
Wow.
and a container of sharps.
Mhm.
So anyhow, it was a very successful cleanup.
For
But I
sure.
did notice some vandalism on the wellhead, so I just took a picture of it, and
Okay.
I'm really hoping that
Thanks.
somebody can remove that as soon as possible.
No, thanks.
We'll get
Yeah.
some
And
paint over
This is all
it.
like dog bags,
Oh, okay,
so that's all cleaned up.
Pick
but I
those
was
up,
able
but you didn't
Yeah.
okay.
restore
to-
the,
There's one for Bill too.
Okay.
So anyhow, it just would be appreciated if that
Yeah.
could,
Yeah.
that could come down.
nobody
Yeah.
needs that.
Okay.
All right, that's
All right.
all
No
I
problem.
had.
Wow,
Well, thank you so
this
much.
is great.
That was easy.
Yeah, no,
But thank you, I
but no.
appreciate you
Yeah.
looking into that.
but I also thank you for taking the time to bring this to us, so thank you for doing that.
You're welcome.
And
Yeah.
cleaning up.
Yeah, oh, God,
Well, it
Jesus,
was a really
that's,
successful event,
Yeah.
but it's sad that there's that much junk down there.
it is, yeah.
Well,
I
when was the
haven't-
last time there was a cleanup though? Because,
Oh, I did it with my grandkids last year, like every.
oh, okay, so
birthday,
you've done it
birthday,
annually.
I have
Yeah.
a tiny
Yeah,
boat.
Because
in
I
the
know
backyard
I went
can't
down
get
with Clean River Project, but we just did the river. And that was like 3 years ago, I
Yeah.
think, 2 or 3 years
Yeah, we try
ago.
to get down there every year, but, I mean, it's a beautiful spot, so
Mm.
maybe we can all, when we're down there, grab some trash.
Mhm, yeah.
But
Okay.
thank you so much for
No.
giving me the time.
Thank you.
Anytime,
Okay.
anytime.
Next time you're gonna have to take rhubarb though.
I'm drowning in it myself.
You'll,
Yeah, we'll fix that.
okay. And then just, at our next meeting, just
Update.
let us know it's all set.
Okay.
Thank you very much, Colin.
No problem.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jan. All right, so next thing, obviously we have a rate hearing coming up June 2nd. I didn't want to post it in the newspaper until I confirmed with both of you tonight that that is a good date for you guys.
I should be good with June 2nd.
I'm fine with June 2nd.
Okay,
Is that on Monday?
could be.
Yes.
Yeah,
So, 3 weeks from now?
yeah,
Okay.
yep. No, I don't have anything scheduled. There's some things going on that I have no control over.
Okay.
But I should know pretty soon if it's gonna get into that time frame. So,
Okay.
and I think I work around it even if it does get in that time frame.
That's fine.
I think I can say, can't go wait till Tuesday.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, so it'll be June 2nd at 5 o'clock. There's already something happening here, so I have already reserved the room at the fire station.
Wonderful.
So it'll be.
Is that the one where you guys had the meeting when I was up in
Yes.
Montreal?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay,
So it'll be a regular meeting, the rate hearing within the meeting, and then like a question and answer type of like open forum for any resident who wants to come and ask us any questions. That being said, I've done some preliminary rate work. So we basically need to generate $260,000 to pay for the interest and premiums for the borrowing that we did for the design portion of our big project. So that translates into about a $16 increase on the minimum. And then the tier 2 goes up by $1.47 per unit. And then top tier goes up $2.75. So that's an equal increase per tier, which traditionally has worked for us. Part of this initial engineering design phase will be an actual rate study that will spell it all out for us for the whole project. So I would be hesitant to kind of get away from what's been working for us right now until we have the professional rate people come in and tell us how to go forward from there.
When's that gonna happen?
Well, July 1st, once we can start spending the money.
Okay. But you're gonna propose new rates before that?
So this will cover us for what we need to generate for this coming fiscal year.
Okay,
The rate study will tell us what we need to generate to cover the rest of the project going forward.
okay, all right. And I brought this up before, and you've been, I think, reluctant to change it because you want to be able to compare like to like. But I'd be interested in, instead of raising the lowest rate as much, maybe raising it a little bit, but in conjunction with lowering the minimum amount, or the rate at which, the rate at which the minimum amount.
Yeah, so I think that's a good, and I know that's always been like your suggestion, I guess we'll call it.
Yeah,
When we do this official rate study, that's all this company does is utility rates. So bringing up that point and seeing, what their opinion and looking at our data, what they can suggest, I think that's a great time to do that.
I sort of read that when you were describing what you were planning to do. I read that in my mind. Yeah, Colin is preemptively setting it up so that he can shut me down and say,
Well-
we'll do this
In the
later.
nicest way possible.
So
Yeah,
to go along with that, so,
Because I think that takes some of the, there are a lot of people, and I'm one of them, just don't use that much water.
Right.
Correct, yeah.
And you can still increase, for the people in between really low amounts of water and the current minimum, if you changed it to like 800 instead of 1,000, that would, by just pushing them up into the next tier, that would raise additional revenue.
yeah. So right now, as it is, 57% of our volume that we sell only generates 48%. So that first tier, that minimum, is 57% of our volume, but it
Yeah.
only makes us 48% of our revenue.
But that makes sense though, because our role is to serve the water needs of the town of Groveland.
Right.
And by having it's not really a subsidy, but by not charging as much, you're serving a bigger population.
Yeah. So I think,
But if there are people that this is what they do,
I would be more comfortable leaving it to the professionals.
Sure,
If
sure.
That's all they do.
yeah,
Because I don't want to be the guy that slashes the rates or slashes the tiers, and then we don't generate enough money to pay the bills, because Terry said so.
well, but what you would do is it's a reasonably easy calculation, I think. Thank God for spreadsheets. But if you could look at it so it would be neutral revenue, you determine what you would need to charge for 0 to 800 compared to what you're proposing to charge for 0 to 1,000.
Right.
With that money shifted into 800
To make it
to
net
15.
neutral.
That's a pretty easy calculation. We could actually do that. And I know, and that'd be a way to avoid coming under revenue needs.
Right. Okay.
But
Well,
anyway, we'll,
we'll cross that bridge when we get there.
we'll,
But I know, I understand where you're coming from, and it would help a percentage of the people.
A pretty high percentage, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, still be paying more,
Mhm.
but not as much more as they might be.
Yeah. Okay. But yeah, I can email out like copies of the numbers and stuff that will be on the proposed rate increase. It'll be, now that we've confirmed the date, it'll go in the newspaper, it'll go on the wall, it'll go on the website. So the date will be out there. I got signs being made to go on the street that will say water rate hearing with the date across the bottom. We'll put those out in a few locations in town so people can see it.
And if you want to put one in front of my house on King Street,
Okay.
I mean, I don't put political signs out, but I put town meeting tonight signs out, things like
Yeah.
that, so.
I'll get it on the board here.
Perfect,
So yeah, that'll be June 2nd at 5 o'clock.
yes.
Kind of going along with that, I had took it upon myself to look into getting a digital board at the water office. Mainly because I think it would be a good thing to have. I really had no idea what they cost though.
Sure.
So I went through the motions. I contacted the company who the town hall got theirs from.
Yeah,
I met with the vendor, who then got me pricing from a couple of different local sign companies. It's like 50 grand for a
Nice.
sign. That's,
very reasonable.
yes. So it's steep, but at least now I
At
know
least now you
what
know.
a sign costs.
Move to explore other alternatives.
Yeah.
Those great signs that you're having printed to put along the
Yeah.
way, sounds like a great plan.
Well, and if we can work, like we talked about this afternoon, if we can arrange to maybe get our messages cycled in
Mhm.
a little bit more
Yes,
frequently.
sure.
I mean, it's good, I think it's good for everybody, because if you see the same message over and over again for weeks, you don't really pay attention
No, I
anymore.
agree, yeah,
And if there's like, I wonder what's going up, okay.
yeah. But no, thanks for going through the motions and figuring that out.
Yeah, so I'm gonna.
Not going forward.
Yeah. I didn't think it was gonna be cheap, but I didn't think it was gonna be that expensive.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, so. Meeting minutes, we still can't approve one of the sets, which you didn't even give them, right?
I didn't give it to them because we can't.
Got it. But the one that,
You
you-
weren't here,
Yeah,
so now
oh, because I,
you can't.
well, I'll tell you what I do in those situations in Concom, I just abstain from voting.
right,
And
Right,
then
but Bill's
there's,
not here to vote, so
well, can it pass at 1-0 as long as there's a quorum?
that I don't know. I know in the past, we've just like published them as like not accepted because they couldn't be accepted, because there wasn't enough
It's
people.
an important, it's like the report
okay.
meeting.
Oh,
That'd be a good question to ask Beth, with the new clerk coming in, then
Yeah.
to be a training.
Vote, and then
Yeah,
if you can't do
so
it, then you can't do it.
I'll move to approve both meeting minutes. Or do you want me to do them separately?
Do them separately, and that way I can
Okay.
vote on this one, and it'll
Okay.
be
So I'll make a motion to approve the April 14th minutes.
second.
All in favor? I'll let you read them first, sorry.
Oh, I abstain.
No, these ones.
Oh, these,
Over
okay.
there, it's me and you.
It's so hard for me to find mistakes in your minutes. You're making me work too hard.
they're usually just grammatical.
But they've always been just grammatical, I think.
I just think they're organized really, really well, and it just makes it very easy to read them. So great job.
Okay. No changes.
Okay, so all in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And then what was the other meeting date?
It's March 15th? No, March 18th.
Was it?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it says
Oh, yes.
lack of
March
quorum
18th.
of members
Okay,
pertaining to March 18th.
so I'll make a motion to approve the March 18th minutes.
Second,
All in favor? Yes?
abstain.
Okay. And if
And we'll
first.
just
And if
check
that
and
doesn't
see if
work, we'll
that's-
do something
And if
different.
that
If that
doesn't
doesn't
work,
work, it's
that's fine.
no harm, no foul.
So then I would say, if we can post them in draft form, let's do that.
Okay.
And then if we need to revote them, then we'll do that at the next meeting. Great, thank you very much.
And you want me to talk to Beth about this, or
I just wrote down to ask Beth about.
you're
the-
gonna do it, okay, yeah. All right, fine.
You want a
The,
task?
I have no, I do not. I gotta start harvesting rhubarb.
Yes, you do.
we
It's a
don't-
full-time job.
Any paperwork we need
No,
to
but
sign?
We need to talk about the stipend.
Oh, yeah, so we owe the board members the stipends.
Oh, please
Go
pay me.
Okay,
Ready?
Oh, yeah.
we hadn't done it yet.
Yeah.
For a few reasons, but
Yep.
we just wanted to make sure.
Yeah,
that-
yeah, let's get that done before the year's over.
Okay, perfect. We'll submit that with next payroll.
Okay.
Perfect.
Do we have to sign any paperwork?
We don't have anything else that needs to be signed.
Okay.
Existing projects, there's a bunch of paving going on in town right now.
Yeah.
Are you doing, I was walking up King Street the other day, did that guy finally agree to the sewer hookup that we,
Yes, so they've started that project. They came for about a week. and-
cut across King
Yep.
Street and the diagonal,
Yep, and
left a
then,
big hole with a nice cover over it?
yep, they
I
were,
walked on it to make sure it was okay.
yeah.
Well, he's here.
You had your chance, guys.
They should be coming back. They left when all the paving detours were happening because we didn't want to close down King Street and have School Street closed at the same time.
Yeah.
For final paving. They'll probably have another week or so of work
Are they
there.
hooking up the development there too? or
No,
is
so
that-
the sewer is already in
It's
that
going to
development.
that?
Yep,
Okay.
that's where it's starting. They're going up to Outlook and stopping there. So that has the potential of, I think, 4 additional customers. It'll probably only be the one who's paying for it initially.
For now,
And then those other 3 people will have the option of tying in at
Right.
any point.
right.
So that'll be getting wrapped up, temporary paved, then the contractor will come back in a year,
When everything's set.
cut it out, and then do final hot top.
They've done better with the storm drain also, I think. Was that them? Or was that the town that did
That
that?
might have been the town.
Okay, yeah, because they've made a better catch basin than used to be there.
Okay. But other than that, we're still working on collecting the lead service line information from residents. We're about a little more than a third of the way done of what we need for outstanding ones.
And we have another year?
Yeah, like
Or
2
more.
years, like a
Yeah.
year and a half, 2 years. So
Yeah.
I think we're in a pretty good spot. We've been to about 300 to 400 houses since November. So we're moving right along.
That's great.
Kim and Murray are making calls every day to schedule appointments, and we're still pushing the QR code.
That's going on the bills,
Yep, it's going on everything that we send out.
everything we do.
We got it plastered in the office.
Yeah,
Any major pushback?
Okay.
A couple people have been not very kind about either helping us do it or even allowing us in their house. But
Okay,
most people are just curious. You know, they see lead and they're terrified. But
sure.
then we explain to them, we just need the information. We have yet to find any lead, so that's reassuring.
right. Aside from the lead in the solder joints. in the
Yeah, and
house,
that's-
Which is not us.
Right. So yeah, we're in a pretty good spot with that. We're gonna keep working on that, and
What happens if we have a resident that won't cooperate? How does the state, is it the state?
eventually we'll be able to shut them off until they allow us to confirm
Okay.
it.
It's federal, right?
Yeah, it's a federal mandate
Federal.
that we collect all this information, so.
So if we can't collect it, we get to,
We
we
can
have
shut
we have
them
to
off.
protect ourselves.
Right.
Yeah,
So we're a ways off from having to do that.
sure.
But yeah, I mean, there's certain laws that allow us to, they basically have to give us access to the water meter. They might not want to, but we'll get it.
It's for their own good.
Yeah, so, you know, with 2,000 customers, if If
And you-
3 or
you
4
get-
people have complained so far,
That's not
we're
bad.
doing good.
Yeah.
And you can get by with a picture, right?
Yes.
Yes,
So if you don't want somebody in your house,
just take a picture.
where's the camera? If you
Yes.
don't want someone in your house, take a picture and send it to us.
Yep,
And
we've
we'll leave you
gotten,
alone.
we've gotten numerous just people who couldn't work the QR code, they just email us a picture and
That works.
it works fine.
Yeah, all you want is the photo. You don't care how it gets there.
100%.
So yeah, I think that pretty much wraps that up. We're waiting for, again, the funding for July 1 to come, and we'll start with the design and engineering for the plant. I'm sure we'll have many meetings about that to keep everyone involved in it. But yeah, it's gonna be a lot of work, but
It's gotta be done.
it's what we gotta do,
Yeah.
so. Do you guys have any old or unfinished business you wanna talk about?
Nope, I think town meeting went well. I think,
Went very well.
yeah, I think,
Nobody here got COVID.
The,
I'm just hopeful that it went well because people feel informed. And that's why there weren't a lot of questions.
yeah, I mean, no one objected to it
No, I
when
agree.
it was time to
Right.
vote.
Yep.
Not sure if the clapping afterwards was because of us or because the meeting was over,
I think it was a
It
bit,
was me.
I don't think it was us.
but hey, you know,
Let's not get too.
But take the win.
we're gonna
the
take
win.
it, yeah.
It's the only time you're gonna hear a clap. For you.
And people weren't shy about asking questions about other stuff, so
Right,
it's
yeah.
not that
Yeah,
there was intimidation or anything.
no, so it's a good thing.
Yeah.
That went well. Other than that,
We have our next meeting date.
June 2nd, 5 PM at the fire station.
Great.
Move to adjourn at 5:19-ish,
5:24.
5:24. I'm gonna fix that clock. Oh, it is 5:24. I gotta learn how to read those clocks.
One day.
Those analog clocks, they're so confusing. 5:24.
Okay, I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.